What's up, my Scorpios? How are you doing? My name is SimplyVelca, and today, darling, I'm going to be doing your weekly tarot reading. So if you find any cards, you know how this works. If you find any cards that resonate with you, or as I like to say, your aha moment in the reading, let me know in the comments below, Scorpio, because that is how I keep up with you. As well, if you enjoy this tarot reading today, Scorpio, or you just enjoy my vibe, honey, I would appreciate it if you were to give this video a like and subscribe as well, because it does help me out a lot, Scorpio, and I always am super appreciative of it when you guys take that extra step to do that for me. But remember to use your intuition when it comes to this weekly tarot reading for you for the month of July 2021, darling. Remember that I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you. Use your intuition, take the cards that resonate, leave what doesn't, right? I believe tarot cards, tarot readings are just here to give you some food for thought, perspective for you to consider, Scorpio, but never making the choices in your life because it's your life to live, not mine and not these tarot cards. Let's just get into your reading now, Scorpio. I pulled a card already just to get an idea of where you're at, and you guys have the Temperance card. I showed it to y'all earlier. So this card is talking about moderation and equilibrium. So for some of you Scorpios, you may be just in this process of catching your bearings from a situation. I feel as if a lot of you guys are I don't want to say that you are finally coming to terms with the situation, Scorpio, because I can't help but feel like, and maybe the clarifiers are gonna call me out and just be like, oh, you're wrong here, Velka. But I get this sense that it's because it's a situation that's already kind of happened, like it's not really active, and it's almost like you just have now finally had time to fully process it. Scorpio is something that I'm getting, where it's just like, I don't know, it's like almost like a delayed like punch to the stomach of a realization on something, or just like finally swallowing and accepting. Why did I have to say swallowing so aggressively, honey? Just kind of realizing, be like, oh, this is how it's going to be. Seeing how, like, realizing that a situation is just going to maintain being in the way that it's currently at. So clarifiers. We have the Five of Pentacles, King of Wands, and the Messenger card coming in here. So this speaks highly of some type of commitment, Scorpio. So for some of y'all, it's going to be in terms of like a connection for you guys. For other of y'all, it's going to be in terms of like coming to terms with like your job, right? Realizing, be like, oh, like this is just how it is, right? You can't really, this is not going to improve any. In this sense here, Scorpio, I'm going to speak more so in terms of just like the narrative of a person, just for just this example. But as I said, you'll know which way it is for you if you have that kind of social life, right? I see you in this place of kind of realizing Five of Pentacles in the Messenger card, realizing that this one thing, because the Messenger in this deck is the Hierophant, I believe. And so in this sense, this lets me know the Hierophant to me personally represents just some type of like long-standing committed thing, right? This is very much so like some type of history. Like this is, it's not one of those, like, you get the point, Scorpio. Five of Pentacles is showing to me where it's like this connection. Maybe you had hopes that it would develop to something deeper. Maybe you had hope it would like grow to something that you would be able to enjoy further. But it's kind of like this sense of realizing that you kind of have to be the one to take the lead and make the change, and like kind of separating yourself from the situation. It does feel like, Scorpio, that with this Temperance card, you've been waiting a long time and been extremely patient for this person to change, for this job, this situation to change, for it to improve. And I feel like for you guys now, some of you guys are kind of just done with the situation now. You're realizing this is kind of a pointless thing to this cat hair. Tulips like all over the place now. Realizing that it's just kind of for how it is now. So let's close this energy off. With this Sun card, though, it's kind of like that sweetness, right? So this is what I was really looking for, Scorpio, in this regard, because I was just like, all right, well, Scorpio is really, I say her name and now she's coming. I was worried, Scorpio, in that I didn't want you guys to, like, realizing that the situation is going to be for how it is, that Some of you guys could have been a little bit depressed about the outcome of it. But with the sun here, this is either, I mean, I'm taking this more so as the optimistic message already, Scorpio, that you guys see the benefit in this, that you know, it was almost like you needed this realization, or you needed to fully accept this for you to finally get your groove back, get your spark back. Y'all wonder why. Y'all know why. I always have cat fur and everything on me. So let's continue on with this reading now for you, Scorpio. Let's see how this week progresses for you. But overall, very good. I really do enjoy this sense of where you guys are seemingly releasing a weight that you guys were holding on to for quite some time. So let's continue on. Let's see how this week progresses for you, Scorpio. We have the Dawn of Wands, Inspiration and Potential. This is the Page of Wands in normal tarot. So naturally, you shift your focus, you shift your attention from, you know, waiting out, being patient with this old situation. And now you're realizing, being like, all right, I got to do something else now. Dawn of Wands shows to me where it's like the world is finally starting to open up to you in some type of way. You know, you're no longer hung up on this person anymore. So now you're considering other possibilities. You're no longer, you realize like this situation is for how it is, right? And it gives you the sense of freedom to finally just like begin the rest of your life in some way. I feel like your life was just on pause because you've been just exuding this temperance with this situation. So let's get a look into this. So we have the Seven of Wands in the reverse, the Knight of Wands, and the Death card in the reverse as well. So to me, Scorpio, we're not getting any cards of you like physically putting distance between you and this situation necessarily. So if you are in like some type of like, it's almost as if, Scorpio, you had like certain expectations for a situation, and because you kept having those expectations for this situation, that's how your feelings kind of got hurt. You took things a little bit more personal. Now that you're realizing it is just how it is, and it feels like you're realizing that you can just do you now, Scorpio. Maybe you had more of like a team effort sort of thing. Maybe you were really holding out on this connection, holding out on this job, being like, okay, maybe I'm gonna go up and further on, whatever, right? It feels like now you just see things for how they are, and you're just like, all right, I don't need to make changes right now, but it's good to keep you're taking like a mental note of it. Because here's the thing, with the Death card and the Seven of Wands in the reverse, this shows to me a potential situation of where you don't quite want this to end, because I do feel as if there's like some level of, I mean, you're obviously getting something from the connection, Scorpio, or from this energy for you to even be having this temperance in this sense. But the Seven of Wands, it just feels like you're becoming indifferent to the situation now. There's no real attachment. And so Knight of Wands, you're keeping your options open. But again, I just feel like now that you have this sense of freedom, you're keeping your options open, and you're actually willing to just look around. So let's close this off. Ten of Swords, yeah, closures to things. Finally, just like, just feel like, yeah, you're just getting a lot of closure and through this acceptance of the situation, Scorpio. So what I would say is really just put all your energy, put all your emphasis in terms of what you want to work on this week is to just, you know, just release the sense of control that the need to have control of how other people are going to perceive you because of that Seven of Wands. I feel like I need to remind you of that. But just have this overall release of realizing that you are not as tied down as you think you might be, Scorpio, now. So yeah, let's get into your spirit guide messages now. Let's see what your guides have to say this week for you. We have the Moon card coming in for you. So this is a card of where your spirit guides right off the bat, Scorpio, are giving you some type of heads up. Something's going on that you're not quite aware of, right? Could be related to the situation here, right? But the Moon card brings in just a few messages, right? Of where it's just like, I don't know if you already have like a suspicion on something, Scorpio, if you're like being suspicious of something, or you have your, like, you think you have an idea on a situation. Let's just get into these cards, right? Let's get some clarifiers. We have the Justice card with the Magician card, as well as the High Priestess card. All right, all major arcanas, darling. So this is such a message, Scorpio, of where almost as two with this double message of like intuition with the High Priestess. This is very much so like honing into my messages for my Scorpios that are like connected spiritually. I feel like you have like a gut instinct about how a situation is going to play out. And the Justice card, the Magician card, kind of comes in as this affirmation of where it's like, you have an idea of how something's going to play out, and it's almost this sense of, well, how do you react to this, Scorpio? Page of Swords. So yeah, you kind of just like watch this from a distance. Scorpio, I would be saying your spirit guides are really giving you a heads up that something's going to be happening this week that you already have like a gut instinct about. You already had a feeling of where it's just like, it may not pan out the way that this individual wants, or like if it's at the workplace and you're seeing some shady stuff going on in your workplace and you're just like, oh, someone's going to get caught eventually if you keep doing it this way. You will have your intuition right on with the dot with something, Scorpio, and your spirit guides are letting you know just to stay as disconnected, stay as far back as you can. What I would even say, Scorpio, is for you to even kind of just lay low during this time. Lay low, don't really cause too much attention to yourself. Yeah, because it's like this, I'm being shown, what a random example I'm being shown, Scorpio, but it's almost like if you've been to like SeaWorld or something, where there's like the wet zone, the splash zone. I'm being shown that, so it shows to me that you're in the splash zone, potentially with something, Scorpio, so do your best in terms of, if you're not wanting to be involved in any type of drama, darling, I don't know what this is really honing in on, really make it a point to just go maneuver along without being seen, is the heads up that your spirit guides are giving you, Scorpio. So overall pretty good though. Let's get into now what good things are in the works for you, Scorpio. What are the good things that are in the works for you? We have the Magician card. So following through with you, this is kind of confirming this sense here of Scorpio, I feel as if like if you don't already but do any type of like ritual work or anything like that, I'm not trying to project my practices onto any of y'all because what y'all do is none of my business, right? But if you are open to it, Scorpio, the full moon is coming. I do feel strongly in that you guys would benefit if you were to do some type of like, we'll just say like setting the intentions on trying to create something, because the Magician card coming in for you twice here, what with including with all this intuition stuff, I really do feel like how many times can I say like, I do feel as if right now you're extremely connected with like where it is you need to, like how you need to carry yourself, where you need to go, what you need to focus in on, and I feel like you need to just continue listening to that in all facets of your life, Scorpio. So let's get these cards. These cards kind of just jumped out, darling. So we have the Emperor in the reverse, the Eight of Cups, and the Six of Wands. So there's this situation here, Scorpio, of where you felt like you're initially, I feel like it's kind of like honing back and going full circle moment with the beginning portion, Scorpio, of where something that you weren't feeling very empowered in, you feel as if when you have the Emperor in the reverse, it's almost as if like the perception of others, like you don't have like the public's favor with a situation, and you felt as if like you needed to just like walk away from this and kind of just like with your tail in between your legs. It almost just feels as if like someone else is able to like, I don't know, it feels as if, Scorpio, that you get this idea that you're not like you're worried about how other people are going to handle or perceive you in a situation. So it feels as if like you feel inclined to have to like leave it and not engage, not defend yourself with something, Scorpio. Queen of Wands coming in the upright as well. Here's the thing, Scorpio. Now, you're still getting this Eight of Cups message where it's kind of like telling you to disengage. And something I also wanted to point out is the moon is in the Eight of Cups as well. So it's following through with this message from before, Scorpio. So I feel like it's kind of viewing connected to the situation from what we were just talking about, whereas suggesting for y'all to lay low, disconnect as much as you can. Eight of Cups is really giving this affirmation again. Emperor card in the reverse. This is just, I mean, I'm not going to get on to this too much, Scorpio, just because I feel like this starts leading into a little bit more of a touchier situation, right? That I feel like tarot, that's just not tarot's business for a general reading. But this is something I kind of just want to like have a note of, Scorpio, for you guys to kind of look into with yourself. I do feel as if there's this fear in terms of like how others are perceiving you, or you feel like you would never be like, you know, if like you were walking the street and like someone like robbed a bank, you feel like you would be the one that would be blamed for it in some sense. It's this weird message. Six of Wands, Queen of Wands comes in as a sense, though, as this affirmation of where it's like if you choose to leave Scorpio and break out from that situation, Six of Wands comes in. That's when the spotlight comes in just on you, because this card is the public recognition card. This is the celebration. This card literally says and talks about victory, Scorpio. Queen of Wands is a card of you breaking out, you going out and, you know, following your passions, really. The Queen of Wands is usually a card of like a solo, and I was even looking into this deck, making sure the artwork does this as well. But the artwork for the Queen of Wands usually is she's not companioned by any type of human individual. She's always companioned usually around other animals rather, or like mystical beings, giving like the representation of just like the otherworldly, like your guides, spirit totems, whatever you subscribe to, right? Scorpio, it's in this sense. So there's this constant theme of just like your intuition, like it almost feels like Scorpio, this is your moment, right? This is like your moment. This is like your chance to really, only way I can really put this, darling, is like be like the breakout Beyonce, right? This is the only way I could, like, this would be like, if anyone knows like Destiny Child, and I won't sit on this long because maybe most of y'all wouldn't understand, but it's just like the sense of where Beyonce broke out from Destiny's Child. That's very much so this kind of energy where it's just like, your intuition's right on something, you're being told to disengage before like a scandal happens, you lay low, you break out and do your own thing. Don't have this fear about how other people will perceive you and see you as being like shady or whatever, because you're not going to be seen as that at all, if that is your fear, Scorpio. So that's just, yeah, overall, that's the messages that I have for you. Let's close this off though. Just get, you know, I always like to get into like a little bit of a social situation for people, Scorpio. And when I say social, this could be your romantic, this could be your platonic situations as well, work life, right? I always like to provide that to people. So let's get into this. We have the Spirit of Cups, opportunity and creativity. So I would be saying here, Scorpio, in terms of your social life, it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty rewarding, I feel. Let's get some clarifiers on that though, right? Why the Spirit of Cups? We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Pentacles, as well as the Nine of Pentacles. All right. So Scorpio, overall, I would be saying in terms of your social situations, I feel as if because the Spirit of Cups does represent opportunity, I see Ace of Pentacles and Wheel of Fortune. It's giving me very much so Nine of Pentacles as well. Very much so some type of success. I'm going to obviously hone in terms of financial, just because Wheel of Fortune representing a coin, Ace of Pentacles, coin, Pentacles, coins, money, darling, right? But it does talk about stability. But I do get the sense that there's like some type of connection that you have, Scorpio, that could really lead to like a very promising business venture for you. Very promising, that would just bring forth more stability. So for some of you Scorpios, you may get the idea, like someone may approach you with the idea of being like, oh, hey, let's be like roommates or something. Or like, hey, do you want to like open up like an Etsy store, or like start like a YouTube channel, right? Something in that kind of sense, Scorpio. I feel like it would be very profitable for you, because the Ace of Pentacles is, you know, all about like that abundance. It's like the cornucopia. It's like that blank check from the universe, where it's just like, I hand you a check, you get to write down, you get to decide how profitable it gets to be. Nine of Pentacles as well, common theme. I don't think it is in this deck though. Normally in most Nine of Pentacles, Scorpio, the artwork represents, I'll try to find it in this deck actually. Oh, it's right at the back of the deck. Hello? What? So the Nine of Pentacles, this is not planned obviously, but is usually in this type of artwork where it's being guided on which pentacle to pick at. And so if we don't ignore this fact that you have the Ace of Pentacles, this is what you're picking at, quite literally. Notice the animal, just like I was talking about from the Queen of Wands from before, Scorpio, right? There's very much so a valuable opportunity coming forward in some type of social connection for you this week. So So if you're open to, you know, going down that avenue, Scorpio, keep your social, like, I know, like, I feel like this is more so, you know, I told you to lay low in a situation, but I feel like this is like anything that we're tapping into from this point when it comes to opportunity, I feel like it's just completely separate from this. I feel like this is something that, because here's the thing, it's one of those things that you can like coexist with, because I don't see you putting distance between you and that necessarily. I see you as like, you know, more so instead of feeling like you need to help the situation, accepting and being like, you know what, I see this situation for how it is, and now I no longer now feel inclined or obligated to help them in this situation anymore. And that's where you get that freedom from. So yeah, Scorpio, that's the reading that I have for you. If you enjoyed this reading, darling, let me know your aha moment in the comments below, darling. If you'd like to book a private personal reading with me, Scorpio, my website is linked down below in the comments and the description box, SimplyVelca.com, as well with my social medias. It's just SimplyVelca with TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. It's all just SimplyVelca, Scorpio. But yeah, hopefully I can connect with you sometime in the near future, Scorpio. I hope you found some resonance, found some clarity with receiving this reading. And yeah, I love you so much. Bye.